Hello. Yay. We are here. Hopefully. I'm not getting the notice for myself. That's not fun. Can you guys hear me? Is anybody here yet? Yay! Hello, Christy. Hello, Sherry. Oh, I guess I might want to mute this. Might be bad. I'm just trying to get this up because I can't really see unless I have it up on a secondary screen. That did not work. I have an ad for myself. Hi, Kim. Hi, Cynthia. Yay. You know what? I have no idea why my camera is being so crazy. Why am I all blurry to you guys? Because I'm blurry to myself. Doesn't look like it on my secondary screen, but it looks like it on my YouTube screen. It's kind of crazy. Yes, I know. Watching my own ad, it just kind of freaked me out because it was loud. It was really loud there for a second. So I'm not blurry to you guys? Okay. That's good. I'll just stare at myself. Well, that's good. At least I'm not blurry to you guys. That's what matters. How has everybody's weeks been? You know what I've done since Tuesday when we were here last on this? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have not crocheted the first bit on anything. I have been so busy. Y'all know how much I've been looking forward to this? To just being able to sit here and chit chat. Oh, that's a lie. On Friday, I went to my first crochet meetup here in town. So I did crochet for about 2 hours while I was there. But other than that, I have not crocheted at all. Thank you. This blanket is for my my granddaughter. It's been hot here too. I think it's been hot everywhere except for the Aussies. What am I doing? Oh, 3. The Aussies have been having cold weather, and everybody in the southern hemisphere has been having cold weather. But up here, y'all, it is scorching. Absolutely scorching. Come here, tail. I've been trying to stay inside as much as possible, but unfortunately, that doesn't always work when you have a 12-year-old that's home from school for the summer break. Oh, poor Kim. But you know what? I remember when it was hot there for you and you were complaining about it being hot. Oh, Mississippi, down in the South. I miss the South. I really do. Oh, I forgot I was working with a tail and I skipped. Mercy. Get into the groove, Steph. Get into the groove. Kim, I thought you weren't going to be here because your youngins were stealing up all of your bandwidth. Did you lock them off of the internet? What part of Florida are you in, Christy? Cynthia said, my car quit, the refrigerator died, and then today I had to call tech support for my computer. What a week. Ooh, Cynthia, bless your heart, you did have a week, huh? Poor thing. Hey, Cindy. Sherry, is that me too for you're in Florida? Kim's father-in-law came over to mow So the youngest is out helping him. Cindy, do you want to know what? I am going to be in your neck of the woods in 2.5 weeks. I wasn't going to tell y'all until next week, but I will miss a weekly chat. I forget, I fly out on the 19th and I come back the following Thursday. But I will be in Jacksonville for that whole week. Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, I split my yarn. Yay for cheap yarn. Hi, Claire. Hey, Angie. Wow, there's so many people here so early. Hey, Raquel from Southeast Georgia. Southeast Georgia. I am from very, very, very South Carolina, right by Savannah, Georgia. Oh, there I go, getting off camera. Y'all got to tell me when I get off the camera. Yeah, we're early, so you didn't miss anything. I'm not going to poke fun at you, Leslie. I'm not going to do it. Going to Irvine, California in October. Cindy, it's a shame that you're going to Irvine, California in October because I am going to Irvine, California the 3rd week of August. I'll be flying there for work. We could have had a meetup. Susan wants to know if this is a granny stitch blanket. Yes, it is. It's just one big, massive granny square. It's for a 2-year-old. So I do not expect it to live very long. Which is why I am making it out of very cheap acrylic. Although, I will tell you, as much as I hate to work with Red Heart yarn because I have texture issues, if the yarn is rough at all, like a lot of cotton yarns, I can't use them. A lot of wool, I can't use them because my skin is so sensitive. If it rubs at all and it's scratchy, then it's quite painful for me. But I will say this about Red Heart. You know, for a long time here in the States, it was the only thing that people could get. And my nanny had several Afghans that were made out of Red Heart that she had been given when her and my poppy had first gotten married. And I mean, I think they're still in that house. They were married for 64 years before she passed. I think they're still in the house, still doing just fine. So maybe this one will live through the toddler stage. Christy said that it makes her want to do a granny square blanket. I liked it. You don't have to think about it. And I'm sitting here talking to you guys and I gotta watch chat and process all of that stuff. So if I have something with a simple repetitive stitch, then I don't have to worry about missing a count. And I can talk to you guys and it'll be okay. I am using, this is just Red Heart Super Saver. And then the colors is Red Heart Super Saver 2. That's all it is. I originally bought it to make a mermaid tail blanket for the granddaughter. But when I started to work it up, it did not work in the colors. It wasn't coming out the way I envisioned it in my brain, so I frogged it all. So she's getting a granny stitch blanket instead of a mermaid tail. I don't care much for Red Heart. I do not either. It is not my favorite yarn to work with. But like I said, this is going to a 2-year-old. So I'm not about to use my paint box yarn for a 2-year-old to stain up and drag through the dirt and all of that, because you know how them babies get hooked with their blankies and they want them to go everywhere. So hopefully she will like it enough to where she will drag it through the mud and the rain and the weather and everything, because she wants it with her all the time. Let's see. Kim said yes, because if you need to count, we randomly say numbers to throw you off, or maybe that's just me. Yes, I can see you doing that. I need a sippy sippy. I am working with a 5.5 millimeter hook. Raquel said, my granny didn't know there were other kinds of yarn other than Red Heart. You know, there's a lot of people still that don't know that there's different kinds of yarn than Red Heart. And that's probably because it's been around for over 60 years. It's in the big box stores. They see it. You know, it has a reputation of longevity. So people tend to stick with what they're used to, and if they don't know any better and they're not shown anything else, then they don't go looking for it. Hi, Nancy. Welcome to the chat. Oh, Kim, are you going to bring the poopy gold thing over here to... Okay, so Kim is a moderator over on Fiberific's channel, and she does her weekly craft and chat every Wednesday night for those of us that are in the US at the same time that I do mine, but on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. And she has her own store, so she got hooked up to where she could sell Clover products in Australia, which is where she lives. So that sparked conversation about the hooks and the different types, and they have decided, all of them collectively have decided, that the Clover Soft Touches, which is this, they're no longer Clover Soft Touches, they are Poopy Golds. So if you see one of the Aussies refer to a Poopy Gold, this is the hook that they are talking about. No, I have not ordered the steel one yet, because I have not had time. I've literally not had any time to myself. Kim says Red Heart has a fabulous color range too. Yes, it does. They do have a lot of colors. I just recently, I think it was last week, today, I did a video because a couple people had been asking me to do a video on how to get started with crocheting, not learning stitches, but going out and buying yarn. And I told them, you know, don't go and get this crazy yarn just because you think it's beautiful, because you're just going to frustrate yourself. Red Heart is cheap. You're not going to know any better because, you know, you haven't used the good stuff yet. So you're not going to know that what you're feeling is crummy. So just start with something cheap. I think it's good for people to learn on. Leslie says Red Heart is great for dolls or stuffed animals for beginners and for people on limited incomes. I agree with almost all of that. Because there's Stylecraft, which I think, and Leslie, I know that you are a numbers geek just like I am, so you probably know that you can get Stylecraft for 0.2 of a cent more than Red Heart per yard. So, there's that. But everything else I agree with. Oh, let's see. Cynthia said, I just ordered a Poopy Gold to try 5.5. You know, I did not like these hooks when I first got them. I got a 4.5 millimeter because I had 2 full sets of boy hooks. I had a full set of the regular aluminum ones, and then I had a set of the ones with the plastic handles on them. And I enjoyed feeling my hook in my hand. So I never used the ones that were aluminum unless I was forced to, if I was doing a bullion stitch or something like that, that I needed all of that length. Boy, this thing is getting big. Get down there. I typically use the ones with the plastic handles on them, but I was getting inadvertently peer pressured because I kept seeing all of these people talking about clovers and tulips and all of that stuff. And then I needed a 4.5 millimeter hook. So I ordered a tulip and I ordered a clover soft touch. And when they came in, I hated them. Absolutely hated them and didn't use them. I actually went up to a 5 hook in the boy one with the plastic handles on them, until I was forced to use the 4.5, and I used this one, and I had to work a lot with it. It's very light, and because it's so light, it felt cheap in my hands because I couldn't feel it. But before, even though, you know, I'm younger, I'm just on the good side of 40, so I don't have any issues with my hands hurting or anything like that. I could still only crochet max, you know, like 4 or 5 hours before I started getting a twinge in my hand. When I was forced to use this Clover Soft Touch, I literally, when I was filming the tutorials for Arizona, there were days, several of them, where I would wake up and it would be on a weekend, and I would crochet from the time I woke up until the time I went to sleep, and the only thing I did was to stop and eat and go to the restroom, and I did nothing but crochet, and I never once felt any pain or anything in my hands after using these. And they just fit comfortably in my hands. They were awkward at first, but once I was forced to use it, I fell in love with it, and now I don't like using anything else. Let's see. Catherine says, I'm working on a scrappy rectangle granny right now. Try to use all of my scraps, and most of them are Red Heart yarn. Grannies are good for scrap blankets. Kim says it's all personal preference, whatever you can get and the color you want. That is very true. Very, very true. Walmart has 13 Caron 1-pound colorways for $6.03 each, which is phenomenal. Wow, that is a good price. Let's see. Raquel is a Clover girl. Are you a Clover Amore or are you a Clover Soft Touch? Are you Poopy Gold or are you the Amore? Kim said, honestly, I hated my tulips when I first tried them. I didn't get what the fuss was, but after using them exclusively for a month, I couldn't use anything else. That's exactly what happened to me. I hated them. Hated them. I have a set of tulips too, although I don't know where they are. They are MIA, and I am quite upset about it because tulip sets, they're not cheap, and I can't find them. When I was filming that video last week, I tore this house upside down. I went into every nook and cranny where I keep yarn stashed, because I have yarn stashed in every room, just in case, you know, I need to crochet. Have it stashed everywhere. I couldn't find them. I have no idea where they are. I'm so upset. Not that they're my favorite hooks or anything. Y'all would have felt the earth move if I had lost my set of clovers. Cynthia said, I thought I would like bamboo hooks, but I don't like the drag. I don't know. I have some Susan Bates bamboo hooks that I use sometimes. For me, you know, different yarns, lots of people say, oh, you can't use that yarn because it's, or don't use that yarn because it's splitty. I don't think that they're actually being accurate when it comes to that. I think all of us crochet differently. We all hold our hooks and the yarns differently, and how we manipulate the hooks and the yarn is different. And I think that not every hook and every style is suitable for every type of yarn. So for me, if I am working with something and if for some reason my clovers are catching and I continually start splitting yarn, that's when I'll switch to a tulip. And if I'm still splitting yarn, I'll suck it up and I'll go to my bamboo Susan Bates. And that normally fixes the issue. It's not anything to do with the yarn, it's just how I manipulate my hook that's causing me issues. So I have to try a different style of hook. Susan says, that's me, Steph. I can't work, so I crochet sun up to late at night. Woohoo! Go you. Not go you because you can't work, but go you because you get to crochet all the time. Cindy Nichols says, I'm really a Bates girl, but I buy them on Etsy with the clay handles. Oh, okay. Leslie says, the only hook I can use for bullions, which I use extensively for freeform, is a Clover Pink 3.75. The only one out of hundreds. You know, whenever I'm making a bullion stitch, I have to use just a plain old aluminum hook. I have to. I do have, I don't think I have it in here. I may. Oh God. My on-the-go bag is all the way back there by the wall. Or I would reach in because they're in there. But I have these soft inserts. Well, not inserts, I guess they're little sleeves that I put over the top of the hook, and then I insert a darning needle. That's the only way I can do bullion stitches. I cheat. I'm not afraid to admit it. I cheat. Oh, let's see. Kim says, moral of the story, don't try expensive things because you will end up converted and it will never be able to go back to cheap things. You ain't lying, sister. You are not lying. I was with everybody else, you know, because I had no clue that I could purchase European yarns or that I could get Noro from Japan. I had no clue about that stuff. It never even dawned on me. If I wanted yarn, I went to Michael's, or I went to Joann's, or I went to Hobby Lobby or Walmart or something, picked up some Red Heart. Why? Because that was what I was used to, and I didn't know any better. And then I started getting introduced to other things, and now I literally loathe working with anything acrylic that's not paint box. Honest to goodness, it feels like you are just crocheting with clouds. DJ says, I use whatever I can find at the time. I hear you. Susan Bates is crocheting in agreements go-to for splitty yarn. I normally try a tulip first, just because tulip is my second choice. Cynthia has a set of Susan Bates hooks on her wish list. Susan Neal is still learning, started in March. Woo! Welcome to the family, Susan. So excited that you're here and that you're learning. We love new folks to crochet. Nancy says paint box is a dream to work with. Yes, yes it is. And it is 0.5 of a cent more expensive than Red Heart per yard. But you know what? I pay it. It's still way cheaper than most other. There I am out of camera again. It's still way cheaper than, you know, a lot of other yarns. I did a polling. When was it? It was either in November or December. I think it was in November when I did a polling to find out information about yarns, and there was a whole lot of pushback about, you know, Stylecraft and Paintbox and some of the imported acrylic yarns and how expensive they were, and they couldn't afford them. So I went on a quest, and I found, you know, all of the normal places that people would normally go, and I was shocked. It's still on my blog somewhere. I'll have to find it and repost it to the group just so we can get conversation going on about it, because that was a really good polling. Vanna's Choice was the most expensive yarn out of all of them. I mean, it was crazy expensive. Of course, Red Heart was the cheapest out of all of them, but then it was Stylecraft, and then I think it was Caron Simply Soft. You can get Stylecraft for cheaper than you can Caron Simply Soft, and then it was Paintbox. Let's see, Jennifer says, do you recommend Paintbox Simply DK? Yes, yes I do. And if I could turn my camera that away, you would see that yes, yes I do. Because I have a whole closet. I have so much Paintbox that I have all kinds of, you know, those drawers things, those plastic drawer things. I have 3 of those in the bottom of the closet, and they're all filled up with yarn, and I don't have any more space. And I have 2 of those out in my workspace out here. No, there's no room left in those. So I keep them in the bags that they're shipped in, and I have them hanging from the rack, or the rod rather, in the closet. Like, I love Paintbox. And here I am, you know, I have all of this Paintbox sitting here, and Love Crochet's big July sale just started a couple days ago. Y'all know how mad I was that they don't have Simply DK and Simply Aran on sale. Like I need more, but I was fit to be tied. I was really upset. And I'm still sitting here hoping that, you know, like maybe as the sale goes on, they'll add it. Let's see. Raquel said, guess I need to try this Paintbox yarn. Yes, you do. Everybody does. Everybody needs to try it. I can't speak highly enough of it. Cindy Nichols says, I would like to get some of Chemknit's yarn, but I can't afford $40 a skein. You and me both. I can't even. I really can't. I can't even fathom that. Do you know how much it took me to pay $15 for a ball of Noro? I had to seriously talk myself into that, and I believe in that company, and I believe in that man, and I love everything that he does, and how environmentally friendly he is, and how conscious he is of his company, and how hands-on he is with everything. I still had to talk myself into spending $15 on that. Weeks it took me. I ain't spending $40 on a skein of yarn. It better crochet itself for $40 a skein. Sorry. I buy Stylecraft from Wool Warehouse. And for me, I am currently in New Mexico. For me, because I am nowhere near a major city, if I just pay for Royal Mail, which is the cheapest shipping, it takes at minimum 21 days to get to me. But just recently, a couple months ago, they started offering DHL shipping. And I've been really jealous of everybody for quite some time, because they get it in, you know, like a week or 10 days with just regular. And it cost me about $10 to get DHL shipping, and they promise 2 to 3 day delivery. And I went, yeah, right. I ordered on a Monday. It was at my house Wednesday morning. No joke. You could have knocked me over with a feather, and that's the way it's been with DHL shipping for me from Wool Warehouse. So I was very surprised. Let's see. Kim says the problem with expensive yarn is you can't afford enough for a big project. I know, exactly. Exactly. What you gonna make with it? One fingerless glove? The one? It's crazy. You can get Stylecraft from Love Crochet and Texas Yarn Farm. Yes, you can. I am an affiliate with Love Crochet, so I probably should be promoting Stylecraft on Love Crochet, but the truth is it is 80 cents more expensive to purchase Stylecraft from Love Crochet. Now the bonus is they do have a US warehouse. The bonus is that if you order $60 or more in your order, then you get free shipping. So that is a bonus. Wool Warehouse does not offer that. I go to Texas Yarn Farm if there is an emergency. And it has to be an emergency because it is $2 more expensive to, almost $2 more expensive to buy, no, it's $1, sorry. $1 more expensive to buy Stylecraft from the Texas Yarn Farm. Bonus is it's in the United States. Bonus, she normally ships really quickly. Downside, there's no free shipping with Texas Yarn Farm. So, like when I started making my Stylecraft pegs, everywhere was out of fondant. I could not find that color for the life of me. I had to suck it up, and I had to buy it from the Texas Yarn Farm. It cost me $14 for one skein of Stylecraft to get shipped to me. Just one. Yeah, I did that. I still can't believe that I did it. Wow, thank you. I've never heard of Wool Warehouse is great. And you are the one that's in Jacksonville, right? You should get it super quick because Jacksonville is a major transport hub. So you should get it really quickly if you are in Jacksonville. Texas Yarn Farm, she is fast. Like when I have to order from her, I mean, it's in the mail that day if I get it in the morning. But I still only use it in case it is my break in case of emergency. There I go off the camera again. I'm sorry, y'all. See, Leslie gets shipments from Wool Warehouse in about a week in Houston. Not me. Not me at all. Wool Warehouse was the first online yarn store that I bought from. You want to know what my first online yarn store was that I bought from? Want to talk about learning quick, fast, and in a hurry? Daramore's. Whew. Lord, that experience. Oh, she's in Virginia. Okay, if you're in Virginia, I actually know several people that are in Virginia, and you'll get it in about a week in Virginia. So, unless you need something super, super, super quick, I would just go with Royal Mail for you, because you'll get it in a week to 10 days. So if you can wait that long, just go with Royal Mail. If not, pay for the DHL. It really is only a couple bucks more than regular Royal Mail shipping. Kim gets it in 2 weeks. Really, Kim? You get it in 2 weeks in Australia, and it takes, at minimum 21 days for it to get to me here. Minimum. I am so jealous. I don't even know how that's possible, how that happens. Oh, it fires me up. It really does. I get so aggravated at that. Most of the time because I just want to throw all of the yarn out and then roll around in it, and because it's new yarn. I want to play in it. Crocheting in Agreement says really where? Oh, I missed something. Oh, I'm sorry. Chat lags for me, so I might get lost in the conversation a little bit. Crocheting in Agreement says I've ordered twice from Yarn Paradise in Istanbul, and both times was just a few days, less than a week. Oh, you're talking about ice yarns? Yarn Paradise does ice yarns? Isn't that where you get ice yarns? I've heard good things about that. I haven't actually used it. I have been curious. Hello, Rebecca. I have been curious about it. Very curious about it, and I will tell you why. Because if you look at the vast majority of acrylic yarns that everybody is using nowadays, I think, don't quote me on this because I can't go and I can't look at my research right now, but I think it was something crazy, like 64% of the acrylic yarns out of all of them that I have looked at, and it's a lot, like 64%, 65, 63, somewhere around there, they're manufactured in Turkey. And when I did that polling, there were so many people that didn't even realize, you know, they thought that Stylecraft was made in the UK because it's a UK brand. No, it's made in Turkey. So there was a lot of yarns going through on that polling that people didn't even realize. And then, thankfully, everybody started pulling out of their stash and sending me pictures of the sleeves of their... Leslie probably remembers that. Do you remember that, Leslie? When we were going through that whole polling and everybody was taking pictures of their yarn so we could record it for the data? Lord, we have so much yarn. I said that I knew of several places in VA to order yarn from. No. I'm sorry. I did not mean for that to sound... I know several people who live in Virginia who order from Wool Warehouse, and they get it in a timely manner. So unless you need something super quick, for you, I would not pay for DHL shipping. I would just pay for Royal Mail shipping, because I've never heard of anybody in Virginia going longer than, say, like 10 days for their shipping. Normally it's a week to 10 days. Leslie said it leaves England on a plane, then it takes planes to major cities. If you are in the boonies, it then comes by Pony Express. Lord, that's the truth. That is the truth. Cindy says Royal Mail all the way in U.S. have to end delivery with USPS. Yes, that's true. For me, DHL shipping is the way to go. A little bit more expensive, but normally if I'm ordering from them, then I need it for something quick, fast, and in a hurry. DJ said, yes, I live in the boonies. You know, whenever I think of boonies, I'm from South Carolina, so whenever I think of boonies, I think out in the woods. So I don't consider myself in the boonies. I consider myself in the land that God forgot. Because I'm in the desert. And there's no trees. And there's no swamp. So, you know, I'm just in the wasteland that God forgot. Kim says, Ice have some amazing colorways in self-striping acrylic yarns, but the shipping to Australia is the same price as the yarn, so it doesn't actually work out very cheap here. Oof. That's not good. That's not good at all. I really want to try it and compare it to Stylecraft and Paintbox and some of the other acrylics that I know of that are manufactured in Turkey. Because, you know, they're probably all coming from similar manufacturing companies. Probably all made in the same place, if we're being honest. Cindy said, I think ice is expensive for us too. I priced some on eBay. You know, it's not all that expensive. Have you looked at Yarn Paradise? Or Paradise Yarns, sorry. I always reverse that. I do not know why. Paradise Yarns. Check out Paradise Yarns. You might be able to get it for a better price there. It's not all that expensive. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I looked. But I've never used it, so I cannot endorse it. That's not an endorsement. I have to point that out. There are birds outside my window. Y'all, if you hear it, I'm sorry if it's annoying you. I can't tell nature. Oh, the shipping was really high. Well, that's not fun. Nobody wants that. Whee. How many people do we have in the chat? For some reason, I can't see how many people we have in the chat. And I know not everybody's talking because there's folks that just like to sit there and lurk. And I hope for our deaf group members that I made my screen a little bit bigger this week for me, hoping that she would be able to read my lips because I didn't want to switch the screens. 23 in chat. Woo woo. How many likes does it have? Has everybody hit the like button? Do you like me? We have 24 likes? Yeah. Oh, 4 likes. Well, phooey. Y'all are slacking. Dum dum dum. Well, there's one row down. How long did that take me? 44 minutes, because I keep stopping and chit-chatting, but that's okay. I got until Christmas for this. It's okay. Yay! Thank you for hitting those likes. It really does help. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. I don't know why I just did that. Stop it. There we go. Getting off on my own little tangent. Leslie says, I just picked up my gypsy shawl and realized I put it together incorrectly, so I'm sitting here unpicking it. Oh no! No! Kim's over there being cheeky. Yes, it does help with my self-esteem, but it actually helps with the YouTube algorithm too. 5 motifs she connected wrong. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, see. Splitty yarn. Stop it. That's no fun. Well, y'all see that? That was right after I started. I was not with the program. I put 4 double crochets there instead of 3. I ain't undoing it. Nobody will ever know. You know, I say that, but I'm going to keep on crocheting, and I'm going to try to go to sleep tonight, and it's going to bother me, so I'm going to end up getting up and frogging all of this. I promise you. because my OCD cannot take it. It just can't. At least I only have to frog the last round. Yeah, but you know what? I'm not going to sit here and talk to you guys and not do nothing. Maybe once I get through it. Then frog it now before I do more. You know what? Let me look at it. I can't. I can't, y'all. I can't. My OCD, you know what? Somebody, no, they probably wouldn't even see it. But I just cannot. It will drive me bonkers. I will wake up. Oh, and there was one that only had 2 in it. Lord. So I chose the granny square because I didn't have to worry about counting my stitches or really paying attention to it. Lord. Lord. I'm glad I'm not the only one. See, this is why you guys are my people, because you understand me. I see people posting pictures in groups all the time going, is this really noticeable? Should I frog this? And I'm over here screaming. Like, I can see that from space. From space. If I were on the International Space Station, I would be able to see that. And everybody's like, no, leave it. Imperfections are that makes them special. I can't. Yay. Hello, Trish. Thank you. Irene says that she allows herself one mistake, and I call it my signature when I gift it, and I challenge the recipient to find it. That's funny. All right. There we go. All right. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Oh, Lord. Who does that? Seriously. What was I thinking? 47 minutes of crocheting. For no reason. Just to have something to do. It's okay. That's how we get down here. That's how we roll. Oh, have mercy. Rebecca says, try frogging 5 skeins because you messed up towards the beginning. I've done that before. Oh, Lord. I can't imagine. When we were working, when the Arizona crochet along was going on, I felt so bad for so many people that, you know, they had missed stitches in their granny squares when they were starting out. And they had like already finished all of part 1 and had to frog everything and go back because things were lopsided and none of their stitch counts were matching up. Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. 1, 2, 3, next shell what? What am I going to do for my next trick? Oh, are you counting my stitches for me? Y'all really can't tell with Kim. She's a troublemaker. So it's hard to tell what Kim is conjuring up over there. Cindy, you frogged all of part 3. What was part 3? 1, 2. Oh, you frogged the Apache tears. I had to turn around and I have my first one laying across the bed behind me. I had to look to see the Apache tears. Oof. Mercy. Bet you that wasn't fun. Those Apache tears get repetitive. But you know what? I would take all of the Apache tears over doing those arrows. Those arrows were not fun. And the arrows 3 times, see? The arrows, oh, Lord, those arrows. It's not fun. Yes, Amy said those were front post trebles. Yes, they were the front post trebles. I didn't have too much. Hello, Josiah. I didn't have too many problems with the front post trebles. I think it was really repetitive, and I was ready to move on. I love the effect that the Apache Tears give. No, not the Apache Tears. Alpine. Alpine. They're front post trebles, but everybody started calling them Alpine stitches because a woman designed a blanket that was nothing but front post trebles, and she called it the Alpine blanket. So from that point on, everybody started calling front post trebles the Alpine stitch. And I just fell into the hole when I know better. It was the front post trebles. Anyone doing Karoo vintage? Not I. I am busy taking my break and trying to get as much done as possible before I have to start traveling and before I have to start filming another crochet along. Amy says she calls it the ripple effect. Thank you, Amy. Leslie says that it is a royal booger. Well, that's no fun. There was one. Josiah said, what do you think of boys crocheting? I think boys crocheting is great. If you want to crochet, then more power to you. There are a lot of boys who crochet. You know, I did a polling a little while ago about what people thought about mystery cowls, and almost everybody said that they hated them. That new Jen Tyler mystery cowl that she is doing, oh, it is beautiful. I am kicking myself for not becoming a part of that. I want to do that. It is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that is the Karoo? Is that what it's called? I didn't know what it was called. Jen Tyler's Mystery Crochet Along is the Karoo? Lord, I gotta pay better attention. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But it's a booger to work on? Is it difficult? What are you having problems with? Oh, I gotta reposition. My leg is falling asleep. And take a sippy. Never done one of hers before, and the way she wrote the pattern is unusual. It is always tricky when you are going to go work on... Hello. The grandbaby does not need a piece of your hair. It's always tricky whenever you're going to go work with a new designer, read their patterns, because everybody writes differently. It would be great if everybody used the same writing style, but they don't. Oh, come on. There are some patterns that I have gone to go read, and even me, I still sometimes have to go get out a notepad and look at the pattern and write it all out longhand for myself, for me to process how they're thinking in their brain for it to work with me. I still have to do that sometimes until I get used to their writing style and I understand it. I could not follow the VV Cal. I don't know what the VV Cal is. Gosh, there's all kinds of stuff going on that I don't know about. How is this possible? I just get lost in my own little world. Watching the ad. Hello, everyone. Wait for me. Hello, Leanne. Thank you for watching that ad. I appreciate you. Oh, wait. She can't even hear me yet, can she? She probably can't. I'll wait like 20 seconds until she says that it's over, until I see she says that it's over. Her writing just would not gel. Vibrant vintage. Oh, was that a Jen Tyler one too, Cindy? Sometimes that happens. It really does. In beautiful patterns, and you just can't work with your mind. You're not in sync. I would love to say that, hey, wouldn't it be great if there was a universal way to write patterns? But there was for a really long time, and then all of a sudden something went crazy somewhere and it all changed. But then on one hand, I am so thankful that it changed, because looking at vintage patterns, woo, my eyes get cross. It's one big old block of text that big. There's not even a space in between the rows. Lord. Mowing is finished. My bandwidth is going to disappear shortly, so I'll say bye for now. Bye, Kim. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Leanne. Leanne says, hello. Hey, how come I don't see a red live square thingo? I don't know. I don't know. We are here. We are live. Are you talking about getting an alert? Did you not get an alert? Leslie said that Jen uses X all through her pattern in odd ways. I've never looked at a Jen Tyler pattern, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if that's a new thing or not. The live. I'm still kind of worried about this whole Leanne thing. I hope she's caught up with us. I was wondering last week when we were doing our technical run, you know, like Daigo came in late. She came in just a little bit before Leslie did. And for some reason, for me at least, it looked like her chat messages were coming up super late in comparison to when I was talking. And I'm not talking about the normal chat delay. I'm talking about, you know, like 10 minutes later, Daigo would comment on something, and I knew what she was commenting on, but I was wondering if maybe when she came in late, if the live video, like, started over for her, like she started at the beginning and wasn't really live with us, or what was going on. So I was concerned about that. Leslie says the red thing only shows when you are in the default mode and hover over the bottom. Maybe check that, Leanne. Are you on your desktop or on mobile? Not sure. Don't know what's happening. It smells like something is being cooked in my house. Ooh, it smells good too. What could that be? Leanne says, yes, got the alert, but usually when I watch live, it tells me at the top that it's live and I'm watching. I don't know, Leanne, but you're here, and that's what's important, and it seems like you are right with us. So I suppose that's all that mattered. You didn't really miss anything. I crocheted for 47 minutes until I realized that I made a mistake, and then I had to frog all the way back to my third granny stitch. 'Cause I'm a goober, and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that happened. We were talking about paint box yarn and Stylecraft yarn and Wool Warehouse. and price differences between yarns. Kim said, I think the video will start where you're up to, but if they buffer, then it will drop them back a bit. Well, thank you, Kim. That makes me feel better, because I was worried that, you know, like Daigo had started for some reason. She had, gosh, I've gone off screen again. Sorry. I thought it had bounced her all the way back to the beginning of the video. Splitting. Oh, Lord. Now the neighborhood dogs are barking for some reason. Have mercy. Can y'all hear that? I hope not. Birds and dogs are just going crazy. That's not fun. Oh. I'm so glad that you guys aren't seeing me blurry, because still an hour into this, I am looking at my screen here on the main YouTube page for me, and it's still showing both my cameras just as blurry can be. Like, I can't even see my mouth moving, it's so blurry. Crocheting in agreement, says Stephanie. If that happens again, ask the viewer to refresh if the dot beside live is gray instead of red. Okay, I shall do that. Nancy says, I don't hear dogs or birds. Mine are from fireworks here. See, Leslie, you're seeing it just how I see it. But when I look up at my phone and I look at the small, you know, I look at it on the small screen, it's clear as clear can be. I have no idea what is going on and why that is so crazy like that. I'm sorry I'm blurry for you, Leslie. I promise I put on makeup. I made myself presentable. It is. It's very, very weird. Turning a corner. Lord. Now I'm all paranoid. I'm having to look. Lord, did my camera just shift? I hope it didn't. You know what? I think it is. Yep. Sure did. I'm having all kinds of technical issues today. Have mercy. I've had a crazy, crazy, crazy busy day. I was not prepared. Aw, thank you, Leslie. You are so sweet. How can you not be properly prepared, you might ask, considering that I had a week to prepare for today. But it was a really busy day. I was so busy on the phone today that my phone went dead 3 times. I had to charge my phone 3 times today. That's how much I was on my phone. I thought my ear was going to fall off. Phew. But it seems to have settled down now because my phone hasn't rang since I've been doing this. Not like last week, which is good. Oh, and something else that I discovered last week is that whenever the live chats are posted to the channel, they're almost immediately posted to the channel. But I had somebody that was trying to go back into chat to look at something. The replay of chat does not come instantly. It has to be processed first before you can access the replay of chat. Just in case anybody was curious. because I was a little bit phobic last week that I had done something wrong. And now I am out of frame because I moved the camera. Lordy. Okay, well maybe that will be better. I'll just have to stay there. And you guys can stare at my Hobby Lobby yarn behind me that I'm still so frustrated about that I still haven't found a place to put it yet. It's sitting there in timeout until I decide what to do with it. I'm still not over the situation. Lord. Chat got very quiet, and it's normally not that quiet for me for that long. Are you guys just that quiet? Or did my chat stop? Let's see. I can't see. Nope, you guys must have just gotten quiet. No. No, they just all got quiet. It happens sometimes. Staring at my Hobby Lobby yarn. Y'all, I was so upset. I was so upset. And I had to stay away from Facebook. Like, I had to turn off notices to a lot of the crochet groups that I'm in while that was going on, because I was just steady getting more upset seeing how all of the other Hobby Lobbies had such awesome things on sale, and mine had nothing. Lord, I was fit to be tied. Leanne is eating an early lunch, a BLT. Oh, God, what I wouldn't give for some real bread. If you didn't know, I've been keto for the last month. So it's been a month since I've had any carbs and any sugar, with the exception of very, very, very few cheats. And when I say cheats, I mean like fruit, like cantaloupe or pineapple. Oh, Lord. Bacon. I love me some BLTs. Nancy is working on Arizona. Yay. Cynthia went to go feed the dog. It's okay, Cynthia. We understand. Not even 30% off. I thought they all had that. Mine didn't have any clearance. No, you know what mine was? I called because the nearest Hobby Lobby to me is a little over 30 minutes away. So I called my Hobby Lobby before I got in the car to go, and I went, hey, are y'all having this big yarn sale? And she said, oh yes, there's all kinds of yarn back there that's marked off. And I said, I am on my way. And the reason that I was going was not because I typically use a lot of the yarn that you can buy at Hobby Lobby, but I have a YouTube channel and people ask me questions. And if I've never used the yarn and I've never felt it, I don't feel like I can answer their questions properly. So I was going to hopefully pick up some more of the, you know, I love this yarn. There were so many people that were getting I love this yarn at great prices. I was looking forward to pattern books being on sale because a lot of people were getting books for like 50 cents or 60 cents. Y'all, I got there, and I'm sorry for those of you who are in the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group who have already heard this, but I got there. It was nothing but the yarn that don't nobody want. My local Hobby Lobby did me dirty. They did me so dirty. I was so upset. Let me see. Leslie said that she just made some bread. Oh, God, I miss bread. I do. I just can't do no carbs. Normally, I'm very, very good with it. I thought that I would miss it a lot more than I do, but I don't. It's just, you know, things like BLTs. I love me a good BLT. I really, really do. Crocheting in Agreement said, so no 30% off. No. You know, like the only thing, I mean, they had like this, I got this scrubby yarn because, you know, it's good to have if you're making, you know, washcloths or, you know, little scrubby things. And it is Yarn Bee, and it's normally $4.49, and I got it for $1.12. So that was okay, but honestly, you know, like who needs a lot of that? I got this number 10 crochet thread, which is normally $3.39. I got that for 84 cents. And then I got Aunt Linda's 10 crochet thread. It's normally $6.99. I got it for $1.74. So those were, you know, okay, but there was no, I mean, I saw pictures of people with shopping carts filled with I love this yarn, skeins of I love this yarn. None. It was all there, but they didn't mark any of it down. It was literally just the crazy stuff that nobody wants to use. Nancy said the same thing happened to me with Hobby Lobby. I ended up with 2 skeins. You know what, Nancy? I am so sorry for you, but I am very glad to hear it because it means that I'm not the only one. Cynthia didn't even go to Hobby Lobby. Leslie says the 5-2 diet has recently been recommended to me as a very useful for diabetics. I still have to be careful of sugar, obviously. Well, I hadn't heard of the 5-2 diet until you mentioned it, but I hope that it goes well for you. I don't know that I would be able to fast for 2 days. Cynthia said her aunt got a great haul, though. I'm jealous of your aunt. Crocheting in Agreement said, I need to join the Facebook group. What's it called? It's Crochet O'Clock. My Hobby Lobby, which is 45 minutes away, didn't have any orange clearance labels, but all the yarn was 30% off. Boy. People would have confused me with a hog and a mud pen. I'd have been so happy I'd have been rolling around in the mud. Lord have mercy. Yes, it's called, it's Crochet O'Clock on Facebook. I have a link to it in the description box below. Just remember to right click, because if you left click, it'll take you out of the, it'll take you out of this window, and we don't want you to go away. Leslie said, you don't actually fast. It is about 500 calories twice a week, but not consecutive. Oh, okay. I mean, but let's be honest. 500 calories? What is that? 500 calories? I mean, you might as well not eat anything. 500 calories. I mean, you could eat a whole thing of celery and not get close to any calories at all. Yeah, that's a lot of carrots. Leanne says, you have amazing sales. We are a month into winter, and while we are having sales, nothing like you have. Yeah, but Leanne, you get the Spotlight sales. Don't they have that big annual sale at Spotlight that's just fabulous? Isn't it Spotlight for you guys? I think it's Spotlight. Yeah, I think that's it. Because we were talking about it. Well, not you and I. It was me and another Australian were talking about it the day that I was so upset about how Hobby Lobby did me wrong. Sucker fishes. I may not ever go back in there. I'm still so upset about that. Oh, yes, we've got all kinds of yarn back there. Woman, you could have told me it was the novelty yarn. Don't nobody need that. It's crazy. Oh, there was a moment when I was in there, though. Y'all know that the Facebook thing that was going across with the arm knitting and that crazy yarn that they use for it that's not plied, so you can't wash it, because if you wash it, it'll disintegrate. They had a couple rolls of that, and there was this woman in there that was going, yes, 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 this is what I need, this is what I need. Oh, I wanted to I wanted to stop them and go, honey, no. No, honey, don't do that to yourself, because it was stark white. Stark white. First thing you get on that, it is just ruined, because there ain't no washing it. Leslie says, yarn is not as often as on sale during the winter. I think people buy less in the summer. That's true. Rebecca says, the closest Hobby Lobby is about an hour away. I feel your pain. My closest Michael's or Joann's is 2 hours away. Leanne says, yes, 2 major stores, Spotlight and Lincraft. I wasn't sure if Lincraft was also an Aussie thing or just a Kiwi thing, which is why I didn't say any of that. But I know that Spotlight, like everybody, doesn't everybody go crazy for the annual Spotlight sale? I'm pretty sure they do. You know, I feel like I did something wrong here. See, now I'm nervous. Now I'm crazy nervous that I'm missing stuff. I'll see it on the next round when I go through if I messed up. Only me. Only me. My closest Hobby Lobby is 2 miles, but Michael's is about 5. Jealous. Jealous. Did any of you guys see that picture that was floating around the internet? They are redoing, was it Joann's? They were redoing Joann's. Oh, I think my camera just slipped again. Boy, I'm having issues with my camera today. Yep, it did. It is not wanting to stay where it is supposed to today. Stop it. I'm going to have to work on that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Sorry, y'all. Have mercy. I'm having technical issues today. Your camera slipped and clicked. I know. I don't know why it's not staying where it is supposed to. It's really, really aggravating me. Have mercy. I heard the click though. So hopefully y'all didn't have to look at the stand that my computer sits on for too long. Oh, what I was saying before. Have y'all seen the picture of the newly remodeled Joann's? They opened a new one, and I forget where it was. I think it was in the North Midwest. And Maxine, my Kiwi friend, she runs a Kiwi crocheting group, and she posted a picture of that and was like, y'all, when we go to the U.S., or if we ever go to the U.S., we have to go to Joann's. And I'm thinking, I ain't never seen a Joann's that looked like that ever. Ever. And then I had to research back to it. They're redoing all of their stores, and it looked like Angel Moment. The picture of that store was just, you walk in, the clouds part, angels begin to sing, that kind of fabulous. It was looking really good. Rebecca says Michael's and Joann's both about an hour away. Trish Bradley says we only have Michael's here in Winnipeg, Canada. Amy says Ohio. Yes, that might have been where it was. It was beautiful. They needed to have like some comfy chairs around or something like that, because it was gorgeous. But I wonder how they're going to roll that out to everybody. Because when I walk into Joann's, I mean, like, that place was spotless. You could have sat down on the floor and had a picnic. That's how spotless that place looked. I ain't never seen no Joann's look like that. Nancy says, oh, I hope they remodel mine because it's really crappy, as are most of them. Most of them are horrible. I think all of the ones that I've been into are just in really old buildings, and they just seem really outdated. Maybe that's just me. But I've been to a lot, in a lot of places. Because wherever I go, I'm looking for yarn. Because that's what I do. Alrighty. I have redone everything that I did before. Because I'm silly. Now, yay for getting back to the start. Get in there. Dun, dun, dun. Come here. Okay. Y'all are getting quiet on me again. Everybody decided to leave at the same time. Oh, goodness. Now, I know that I'm not the only one because we all have conversations about this, but I could have swore I just saw one of my hairs. My grandbaby does not need that. But I guess there's just no avoiding it. Because it happens. Mercy. I don't think it got woven up. Nope. Maybe it was just my eyes playing tricks on me. Very well could be. Lord, I keep getting messages on my phone. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that vibrating. One of the shindigs that I got myself into today is I'm from the South, and there is a large part of my family that is part of the DAR, and I saw on a Facebook group for my hometown that somebody was thrashing the SAR and the DAR because apparently they're not doing the job that this person thinks they should be doing with. There was recently, within like the past 2 or 3 years, there was a Revolutionary battle site that was discovered, and a patriot, one definite patriot that's been researched is buried there. And he was all upset because it's not, I don't understand what he's really upset about, but he just says that, you know, that's supposed to be their job and they're supposed to be preserving it. And I was like, guy, you just posted a picture of the tombstone that's showing the SAR emblem that's on the gravestone. That means that it's been researched. It's been documented. The site is documented, or else that seal would not be on his gravestone. What are you talking about? And he's just arguing with me over the internet. But I'm here with you guys, so I can't respond to him. Amy said her Arizona has a ton of her hair in it. Both of mine do too, I'm pretty certain. Well, maybe not my filming one, because I was really super careful with that one. Because Lord knows, you do any tiny little thing wrong, they're going to get you. They're going to let you know about it. So I was super careful. Is that somebody starting up a weed eater? I hope y'all can't hear that. The sun is starting to go down. So everybody's going to be out starting to mow their lawn because it's cooler now. It's a really strange thing about the desert. There's zero humidity here. Almost none. I think 0 is an exaggeration. So when the sun goes down, the temperature drops dramatically. And I mean instantly. Instantly, the temperature just drops. It's crazy. It can be 110 degrees out during the day. Be sweating, thinking that you're going to die. And then as soon as the sun goes down, you need a jacket. No joke, you need a jacket. It's the darndest thing. Hello, Christy's Crochet Corner. Welcome back. Oh, it was Christy's Crochet Corner that is in Jacksonville. Not the other one. I'm sorry. You guys' names are similar. I got you mixed up. Leslie says that it drops about 2 degrees there, if that. Well, you're closer to the water. You have a lot more humidity there than we have here. I really miss humidity. God, I miss humidity. My hair does not miss humidity because I have naturally curly hair. So you walk outside and it's humid, you instantly look like a poodle. So my hair does not miss the humidity, but my skin misses the humidity. I still can't get, I cannot keep myself moisturized. And I lather moisturizer on all over me, morning and night, all day long. I still can't keep myself. My skin just hates it. Leslie says that she can't breathe outside. Bless your heart. Chrissy said, I have curly hair too. I end up with a fro. Understand. I understand. I understand. I'm going to look absolutely horrible because let me tell you, when I moved from my hometown, which is, it's an island community in the ocean, all surrounded with water, so there's nothing but humidity all the time. And I was raised there, so I was used to doing my hair there. I knew what I needed to do with my hair. I was used to doing my makeup there. I knew exactly how my skin reacted to everything. I had my routine set. I hadn't changed my foundation in eons. I mean eons. Since I was a teenager, I was still using the same foundation that I was using when I was a teenager because if it ain't broke, I ain't gonna fix it. When I moved here to the desert and all of the humidity just went away, everything about me changed. Suddenly, I couldn't use the same makeup that I had used before. Suddenly, I couldn't use the same hair products that I had used before. It was horrible, and it took me about 1.5 years and a whole lot of money and a whole lot of time to finally find makeup that actually stayed on my face here, that didn't melt off of me. It took me a long time to find hair products that would work for me. So now I'm going to fly home in 2 weeks, and I'm going to look like a hot mess because all of my stuff has been adjusted for out here in the desert, and of course I don't have any of that other stuff. It's going to be awful. I'm going to be a hot mess, but thankful that my family loves me anyways. Whew. That's a trip. I can't imagine. Yes. And then on top of that, my skin is aging. So there's that. My hair is aging. So there's that. You know, all of a sudden I've got wrinkles where I didn't have wrinkles before, and I've got sunspots where I didn't have sunspots before. And yesterday I was just 22. I don't understand. What happened? Now my foundation wants to sink into these wrinkles that weren't there before, and I don't understand why. It was a trial. Tribulation, if you will. It was not fun, but thankfully I got it ironed out. That's another reason why there's going to be no Tuesday chat that week, because I technically could do it from Jacksonville, but I'm going to be a hot mess, and I know I'm going to be a hot mess. Plus, I really need to spend time with the family. Christy said, I totally understand. I'm in my 40s and having those problems. It's crazy how we change. It's so crazy how we change. You know, just like how we were talking earlier, you know, my skin wasn't always as sensitive as it is now. I never used to have these sensitivity problems. I could work with cotton. You know, plain, cheap cotton. I could make washcloths out the yin-yang, just pumping them out. And now, you know, I can't. It has to be really, really nice cotton for me to be okay with it. And even working this, you know, these 2 hours that I sit here with you guys working with this red heart, it hurt for the next like day and a half. My hand was red and it hurt me. And I never used to be like this. It's crazy how our bodies change. I don't like it. Just yesterday I was 22. I swear it. Am I the only one who just lost audio? Oh no, did everybody else lose audio? Ah! No. Can you guys still hear me? Oh no. All of a sudden I'm 55, I look in the mirror and I wonder what the heck happened. Oh, poor thing. Rebecca hasn't worn makeup since she was in her teens. Lucille, I'm sorry. I can't understand what you're saying, but hello. Crocheting in agreement. Look at you. You had me all worried. I'm unplugging my microphone and everything, and you press the audio button on your headphones. Silly thing. I'm glad it picked right back up when I plugged it back in. Lordy. Silly Sally goes. No, it's okay. That's fine. Things happen. I would say that we could laugh about this at some point, but the truth is, I'm laughing about it right now in my head. I'm just trying to be polite. She said she cannot understand me, but my work is beautiful. Aw, bless her heart. Thank you. That's how I felt last week. I feel bad that I don't speak all the languages and that I don't have, that there's not a way for me to do live subtitles, closed captioning for the live videos. Because I know of 3 deaf members that we have in the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group. And, you know, I have a deaf cousin, so closed captioning is important to me. And I didn't even think about them not being able to understand what's going on with us. But bless their hearts, they watched. They just sat there and watched me crochet. What language is that, Leslie? Help. Is that... That's not Portuguese, is it? I have to scroll up and look at it. Is that Portuguese? Yeah. I recognized one of the words there. It's strange because I am of the age where the internet was a big thing. So I grew up on the internet. And it's really strange to me how I can recognize a lot of languages by their words. I can recognize some words, but I can't speak it. And if I heard it, I'd never be able to understand it. And that's from growing up in chat rooms with people from all around the world. It's crazy. Kind of like we are now. I love crafting chats. Your deaf members can at least read the chat and sometimes figure out what is going on. That is true. That is very true. I just really wish that there was some way to do live subtitles going across the screen, but I have not found a way, well, not subtitles, closed captioning. I've not found a way to do that because I've been researching since since we were talking about it last week. No way. It's such a bummer. So not only do they have to wait for the live video to come up, or the replay video to come up. They have to wait for it to be processed. And these videos are long, so they take a long time. Oh, Lord, Leslie. Transcribing? Mercy. That's a whole lot of transcribing. That stitch did not look okay there for a minute. Whew. Starting to get hungry, y'all. Did y'all already have supper? You would condense me. Aw, thanks, Leslie. Don't put me in a box. Don't put me in a corner. So who was it? Was it Cindy that was going to Anaheim? I need to look at local yarn stores in Anaheim to see if I can bring me back some California yarn. Leslie Holm, I've got an idea. Use voice to text. Ha! That's funny. Amy just got up from a nappy nap. Ugh. You know, last night I was up and I was working on something for It's Crochet O'Clock, and all of a sudden it was 2 o'clock in the morning. And I went, oh my God, where did the time go? Oh my God, there's a doctor's appointment in Texas at 8:30 Texas time, which is 7:30 my time, which means I have to leave at 5:30 my time to get to. I took a nap last night. I didn't take a sleep. I took a nap. So I should be a lot more tired. Hi, Claire! And hello, Allie Rain? Sorry if I said that wrong. I'm sorry. I was wondering where Claire was at. Whew. But see, this is exactly what I was talking about. Wasn't that like 10 minutes ago? We had the issues with the sound. Daigo! We had the issues with the sound. Sorry for that little hiccup there. Daigo just popped into the chat and said hello, so I got excited. Hi, Daigo. That's that exact same thing that I was talking about earlier, is I worry that for some reason, for some people, it starts them out at the beginning of where we started streaming versus where we are now. Oh, see, I got all excited and I said hey to Daigo and she's watching an ad. She didn't even get to see my excitement. Isn't that horrible? I'm gonna have to do it all over again whenever she can actually hear after she gets finished watching the ad. Bless her heart. Thank you for watching the ad. Now the spontaneous moment is gone, so I don't know how I'm going to be able to duplicate it. I'm not an actress. I crochet, and I know things. But acting is not one of the things that I know. Lord, this blanket really is starting to get big. I may have to do like little squares. I may have to, when I stop, I may have to count and see if I can do, you know, like little squares to go around a border for it. What do y'all think? Y'all think that would be okay? I don't know, like little squares, like maybe that big. I think we could get 4 of those. 4, maybe. Going across, 4 on each. Leslie said no, voice to text wouldn't work. Maybe if she got speakers for the laptop. Leslie, you don't have to go through that. No, you don't have to do that. Crocheting in Agreement says that's a great idea. Might be. Nerdy! Oh my goodness! There's Nerdy, you guys. This is Nerdy Stitcher. She is another person from the Fiberific group, but she's US based. She's not Aussie based. Come on, hair. Will you stay out of my project? Have mercy. Oh. Nerdy, what are you up to? What are you working on this evening? And where did Daigo go? We lost Daigo. She never said anything else. She's just like, hi, watching the ad. Did she get... I once got stuck in like a 7-minute ad before, and I was like, okay guys, I'm gonna be there soon. They let the Yanks in the fiber group. Yeah, in the Fiberific Fun Zone, of course. Hi, Daigo. Welcome. So glad to see you. I got super excited when I first saw that you said hi in the chat, but you were stuck in an ad, so you didn't see it. But thank you for watching the ad. I appreciate it greatly. Nerdy says, I am half Canadian, so I get a pass as part of the Commonwealth. Yeah, over at the Fiberific Fun Zone, they let everybody in. I think it's a good time for us US people, because, you know, it's at the same time that I start this for us, and it's like 10 a.m. in their part of Australia. So it's not all that great for the Europeans, unfortunately, but you can't please everybody. Oh. Well, fine. Leslie said that she was kidding, and I didn't need to go through all of that explanation. So I just did all of that talking for nothing. Nerdy says, I can't wait to bust out my Happy Treason Day Ungrateful Colonials meme. I know. I love those. Those memes make me want to howl with laughter every time I see it. Yes, me too. They're very funny. I love memes in general. I sit there all the time and stare at my phone and just giggle to myself. 'Cause funny. And who doesn't like to laugh? I think everybody likes to laugh. I'm kind of bummed that Nerdy and Daigo just got here and we only have about 15 minutes left. You guys are late. You didn't double click on the bell, did you? You didn't get an alert that I was live because you didn't double click on the bell. That's what happened, huh? Bummer. How many people do we still have with us? We're about an hour and 45 minutes in. Can somebody tell me? Because for some reason, it won't tell me how many people we have. So yeah, it's still pretty good. An hour and 45 minutes and we still got 15 people watching. It's not bad at all. 16, somebody came in. Hello, new person. Whoever you are, whoever you are. I really wish that YouTube would stop changing their settings, because it used to be that you could just, oh, Daigo said, I always let the ad run through. Thank you. I appreciate it gratefully. Oh, that was just you. You had to go to it. That was just Leslie. She had to go to another window for a second. Who was a perverted troll? We had a perverted troll? I didn't think we had a perverted troll. Leslie, did you eject somebody? Did I miss something big? Mercy. Way to go, Leslie, for catching that, because if that was what happened, because I didn't even get to see it happen. Oh, she knows nothing. She's like Jon Snow. She knows nothing. Oh, no, you mean the... I think for crochet channels, you know, we're pretty safe. We don't ever get into the... No, I think we're pretty safe. We don't have the issues that most of the big channels have. I thought for a second that there might be... Oh, right, Daigo said double click. Okay, back to the important thing before I got sidetracked. Nerdy's good at sidetracking people. Y'all just have to smack me around if I get off my train of thought, and it's all Nerdy's fault. It used to be that if you just clicked on the subscribe button, then you would get notifications when somebody went live. Well, then they brought in the bell thing, and then it used to be that you had to subscribe and click the bell in order to get notifications. Now, because apparently that system wasn't good enough, now you have to subscribe and not just click the bell once, but click the bell twice. Because if you click the bell once, that's only for some uploads. You have to click the bell twice in order to get a notification of all uploads, and live counts as all uploads. It's crazy. I don't know why they make it so difficult. Crocheting in Agreement says, I'm a moderator at a popular YouTube preacher and we get tons there. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, somebody is laughing at Nerdy, so let me see. I was in a live one where the troll invited the YouTuber to start... Oh. Nerdy! Lord, Nerdy can get me off track. Clicking it twice removed notifications for you, so you had it set, I think. You had to go back and click it once again. It's crazy. You just got to pay attention to it. And I think it's different on mobile from on desktop too. Isn't that crazy? Daigo said, I fell asleep on my recliner when I got home from work. Upstairs neighbors making a lot of noise until 3 a.m. Oh, poor thing. I do not miss that apartment life. No, do not miss it at all. I don't even like having the neighbors as close to me as they are, because it's horribly, you know, filming in the day. Or there's lots of traffic around here. It's a quiet little neighborhood. We don't have parties very often or anything like that. But Lord, these people are going up and down through this neighborhood all day long with their loud old cars. Oh, is that an Afghan? Yes, I am making a blanket for my 2-year-old granddaughter. So it's just one big old granny square, but I think that I am going to stop and count up the stitches, and, well, I'm going to do one more colored row, and hopefully that will land me on a place where I can do squares. I'm going to make smaller squares to go around the border. Dum, dum, dum. Leslie said, I live in an apartment and I never hear anything. Of course, everyone is ancient. Poor. Nerdy says that someone in her neighborhood is lighting off fireworks at like 10 p.m. or later, and it's illegal there. See, for you, that would be serious. Considering that how much of Colorado is on fire right now, I don't know why people have to be so stupid. Leslie said, don't laugh, they all go to bed around 8. You poor thing. So what you're telling me is you have nobody to play canasta with after 8 o'clock? I love you. Really, I do. I'm just poking fun at you. Really just poking fun at you? I don't want you to get mad at me. $500 fine for the first offense of fireworks in Colorado, and it is bone dry. Yes, it is. Oh, what was it? Oh, I'm in my corner now. Woo, I thought I messed up again, y'all. Thought I messed up. Have mercy. I would be taking them to jail. With as much as Colorado is on fire right now, it's just, I can't even believe that they're letting fireworks into the state, period. But I guess, you know, it's not all that hard for them to drive across the border. If you live close, you can drive across the border to Raton and get fireworks. Well, in the South anyways. Okay, Crochet in Agreement says that she has to leave. Thank you for stopping by. We have a 3-day window for them to light off here. Oof. Leanne said, I'm listening to you chat, helping my hubby. We are fixing up our spare room for me, a craft room, a whole room. Mine, excited. Woo! Leanne's moving on up to the east side. Any of you guys know what that's from? Probably not. At least that's how I felt when the 20-year-old moved out. And I went, oh my God, I can have all of my yarn in the same place. I can have a dedicated working area that I don't have to tear down and put up every single time I use it. Oh my God. But then I had to compromise because it's a guest room too. So that's why all of my stuff lays out back there. But I know those feels. I'm so excited for you. Wow. That's a good feeling right there. We should have a party, some kind of party. Everybody should take a sippy sip of something. That's good stuff right there. Oh, Josiah is still here. I thought you left us, Josiah. Oh, Josiah is leaving us. Good night, Josiah. He was one of the ones that was just quiet, just sitting there in the background. This is about the time that everybody starts to fall off. Which is okay. It's pretty late for people on the East Coast. Christy said that's what I did when my 18-year-old moved out. Lord. I didn't want to push it because the 20-year-old that moved out wasn't technically mine. So I wasn't trying to rush the situation. But in the back of my head, I had everything plotted out. Didn't work out the way that I had it plotted out, but I had it all plotted out. It was going to be glorious. It still will be one of these days. I'll get it set up. Yes. Leanne is going to be so happy. Leanne, you'll have to post pictures when you get it all done in the Facebook group so we can see your new haven just for you. Super excited to see it. See, nobody else gets those things. Nobody else understands why we get excited about things like that. Nobody else gets excited about that. Nobody else gets excited when we walk into yarn stores like we do. We need each other. Community. We do. It's our people. Whew, my back is starting to hurt sitting in the chair for this long. Almost there. Only got 2 rounds done this week because I'm silly. Leanne said, oh cool, I would love to share. I have so many ideas and plans. I'll bet you do. It's gonna be great. Rebecca said, I understand I don't have my own bedroom. Oh, Nerdy said she's years away from an empty nest. You know, Nerdy, I would like to tell you that you can count down. Like, technically, I should be 6 years away from an empty nest, technically. But that's not how it always works out. Mm-mm. There is nothing that says that on the 18th birthday, shoo, they fly the coop, and they are gone, and you get your yarn room. That's not how it works all the time. No. And Christy is right. The empty nest is good and bad. Because once you have the empty nest and you have your yarn room, suddenly you start looking around and going, I don't have enough yarn. And then you end up like me. But technically, you know, I have a whole wall over this way that ain't got nothing on it. I'm thinking it needs a shelf. A shelving unit. And then when that shelving unit gets there, I'll end up putting all of my paint box yarn in it, and then I'll look over that way where it's all at right now, just hanging there in those bags, and then I'll go, I don't have enough yarn. Yep. And then Amy says a whole lot of the time they come back. Too true. And then it breaks your heart, because then you got to tear apart your lovely room because we're parents. And that's what's supposed to happen because we love them. Love them oh so much. Yes. Yes. Leslie said, I never got an empty nest. As soon as the last kid finally came back and left, I got a grandkid. Yeah. It doesn't ever work out. I mean, I'm sure for some people it does, because if it didn't work out for some people, then it wouldn't be a thing, right? You know, like people wouldn't talk about this whole 18, you're an adult and go get your own life and leaving and all of that. I'm sure it's got to be a thing for some people. I'm just saying that don't get your hopes up. It's better that way. Maybe I'm a pessimist. But I think it's better to just plan otherwise. Whew. Almost. Almost. Leslie said, 20 years ago it worked for most people. Today young folks can't afford to leave like they did then. That is very true. Very, very true. Daigo said, I have 3 grown children and I went through severe empty nest syndrome when my youngest graduated from school and joined the Navy. Rebecca said, I ended up being my parents' PCA. That happens. That happens a lot. Our 12-year-old plays in the band, and he decided to tell me, what was it, over dinner, I think in May. I come from a Marine Corps family. Like, very long line. There's like everybody in the family is military. So many Marines. I grew up in a Marine Corps town. Marine Corps is big in my family. He has decided that he wants to join the Marines and play in the band for the Marine Corps. So instantly I went, oh my God, I am west of the Mississippi. And I grew up in the town where Parris Island is, which is one of 2 recruit training depots for the Marine Corps. And you have to live east of the Mississippi to go there instead of going to San Diego. I went, oh my God, I have got to get back to the East Coast. I got 6 years. I got to get back to the East Coast. Whew. It's pressure. Daigo said, I love being a Nana. You know what, Daigo? I choked on it. Every time I had to tell somebody that I was a grandmother, I choked on it. Right up until I heard, yeah, for the first time, and then I was okay. But before that, I know San Diego is fine. I just happen to be from the town where Paris Island is at. So I'm a little bit loyal. Just a little bit. Come on, flip up. My poppy was actually a Hollywood Marine, but I think it was the only one. Yay, finished. And we only went over by 1 minute. Your father went to Paris Island and your uncle? I had no idea that you were a Toofle pup, Leslie. Alaran said, I have an empty nest, but I'm hardly ever there being single and a truck driver, so it's me and my crocheting rolling all over the country. Boy, that's the life. Check you out. Whew. Alrighty. Well, I only made progress of 2 rows this week. Silly me. But it's progress. And it's only July. And I have till November. It'll get done. It'll get done. Oh. Leslie said, oh, indeedy, I have one cousin who is practically a pariah, Air Force. Let me tell you, I have a brother that nobody ever thought, a little brother that nobody ever thought was going to join the military, period. We just didn't think that it was going to be a thing for him. Well, he came home like 2 weeks after he graduated and went, I enlisted in the Air Force. Open contract. 8 years. What? We were all so thrown back. It was crazy. I understand that feeling. I definitely understand that feeling. But okay, it is 8 o'clock my time, and I am hungry, and I'm a little bit tired because I only had a nap last night instead of a sleep. So I think we are going to sign off for today, but I will see you guys next week. I think it is the, let me check just to make sure if the date's not like it's super important right now. I think we have 2 more weeks. Yes, we have 2 more weeks of live chats, and then I will be gone the week of the 24th, but I'll be back for the 31st. So, bye everybody. Check out Fiberific if you like doing things like this and you're not part of that group, because tomorrow she is going to be dyeing yarn, which is super fun because they have this huge thing called Bendigo in Australia every year. So she's getting ready for that, and she doesn't want to not have her live chat. So we will get to dye yarn with her tomorrow and watch her dye in all of her skeins, and we get to participate and all of that stuff. And also, if you are a member of It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group, then you really need to go to the pinned post in the group and put in any questions that you might have for Chantel, because she's going to make a queue of them, and she will answer our questions about dyeing tomorrow while we are in the live chat. It's the same time that we started ours here tonight, but it's over on the Fiberific Fun Zone, the Fiberific YouTube channel. So for those of you who are going to take part in that, I will see you tomorrow. If you're in my group, I will talk to you later or tomorrow, and if not, then I will see you next week. Have a great evening, everyone.